Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. Once again, my name is Josh Lilquist. Today is December 4th, Monday. Market is open. It's about 10:15 in the a.m. Central Time, and market is open. Markets have gapped down a pretty good chunk. Markets are down about 1% on the day, depending on which market you're looking at, as far as which major market, other than the IWM, which is the lone wolf that's in the green here today. But that's what we're going to discuss here today is the market open. As stocks start to settle, we see a lot of stocks in the red, but some of the retailers actually in the green as Monday morning opens up here and stocks are moving. So we'll do a market update today. We'll look at the S&Ps, the major markets, as we always do. We'll look at stocks to get a market update on that. Cryptocurrency is booming. As Antonio Brown would say, his business is booming, over 40,000 here with Bitcoin. Same with HNT, actually dropping a little bit, but still up pretty nice on the last month or so. So we'll check a quick market update on the crypto market, and then we will check out some of our options plays that are looking to expire here this week. As we know, there is risk in trading and investing. You can and will lose money at one point in your life. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only, mainly mine. But hopefully you find it entertaining as well. S&P 500 currently at 454.94, down about 0.91% on the day. Gapped up on, or had a pretty nice rally into the close on Friday afternoon, closing at around 459 area. And gapping down, opening at 455, but now at 55.40, now at 454.97. So the market is slumping a little bit, starting to slip, as we've been sitting in this range here for about 10, I think we counted the days, 9-10 days. We counted that on Friday. But the market is starting to slow down, sitting in that supply zone that we had talked about for quite some time now on several of the podcasts here. By the way, make sure to subscribe and like the podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. We do appreciate all the listeners on the Spreaker app. Spreaker notifies you when we go live each and every day with a live market update. That's your S&P 500 SPY update. Dow Jones Industrial Average, the DIA ETF for the Dow Jones. We got 361.54, down 0.42% on the day. This one here did gap down as well, but it did show a little strength out of the open, but starting to slow here and slip as the day progresses. Thursday, Friday, monster moves on Thursday and Friday for the Dow Jones, going all the way from 354 all the way to 362, almost 363, actually 363 and change, and on Thursday and Friday. So a nice move in the Dow Jones. No major supply zones to speak of about that on that one, but really continuing that monster move from the end of October into the beginning of December. So that's your Dow Jones Industrial Average market update. QQQ, which is your NASDAQ ETF, 383.37. This one here, the same story as the S&P 500. This one has a little bit of a different look, though. We've been consolidating in that range from 388 to 393, but now we have lowered beyond that range into a gap that had happened on Tuesday the 14th of November. So are we going to see this gap close? Usually gaps like to close. That being said, we are out of that range here, so this could be the leader to the downside, and that's showing with a lot of the major stocks. You have a lot of those stocks that are down today. Apple's down, Tesla, Meta, Google, Snapchat, some of those high flyers, NVIDIA, I don't know if I mentioned that or not. So the QQQ, which is leading the charge to the downside, down 1.67% on the day. That's your NASDAQ ETF update. IWM, which is your Russell 2000. Currently the lone wolf that's in the green. So unlike the Qs, which is the NASDAQ, or the Dow, I should say, on Thursday, Friday had monster days. Although it did have a monster day on Friday, Thursday was not as big of a day. But today, we barely gapped down on the Russell. And we've shown a little bit of strength out of the open. So the market is up 0.37% now. 185.60. Currently getting closer to a pivot high at 191.76 area. So I'd say we're in a supply zone on a 4-hour chart. That being said, nothing to note of on the daily. So we will see if this zone holds or if we're going to go up to that pivot high and actually get up to, I like this little supply zone up at the 194 and 195 area. So this could continue to the upside as we get into these supply zones and break them on the IWM. So that's your IWM market update. GLD, which is your gold ETF, is down 2.2% for those GLD holders. XLE is down 0.5%, 0.45. XLB, which is your materials, that's down 1%. XME, which is mining and metals, down 1.3%. Silver is down 3.86%. So your gold and silver is starting to slump here. We'll look at the actual spot price here in a second. IYR, which is your real estate, is flat on the day after a pretty good rally here the last month or so. Actually, yeah, good rally the last month. CBRE investing seen falling 44% in 2024. Wow. That's interesting. That was from Reuters. That was on November 10th, though. So there isn't really news on this. Volatility index is up 7% on the day. Crude oil, 73.87, down just ever so slightly. Stuck in a range from about $80 to 80 to 72 or so. Coming off that supply zone back on October 20th. All right, let's look at corn. Corn is up 0.31% after that major gap up on, it was a contract change or something. I believe it was contract change last week. Wheat's up 2.4%. Gold, spot price down 2.2%. Big move with gold today, though. Wow. Reaching up to 21.43, but then shooting straight down. I wonder what the news on that was today. Very sharp move with gold here this morning at about 17. So that was late last night, actually. Surpassing 2100. So, but that just opens the door for more room to the upside, in my opinion. Silver, so currently at $2,026.84. So that's your gold market. Silver, $24.48, down 3.9%. So really dropping just as big as as gold, but same story. Had the move up, but shot straight down off those highs, and really off those highs from March of 2023. That's your gold market. So let's get into our crypto market. So crypto currently up 3.29% on the day, which is surpassing 41,000. So 41,264, right meow. And continuing that surge to the upside while Bitcoin's just been flying high. I got a little bit of Bitcoin, but not as much as I kind of wish I had. As the old saying goes, I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda. So currently up 66%, but I do got that HNT, which is at $2.76, down from the highs a few percent, but still up 108% from the lows in September. That's your mobile token. Crypto HNT Helium is your 5G cell service, which is really starting to be adopted in places now. So I'm looking to see that spike up here. That would be nice. If I had a crystal ball, that would be nice too. NVIDIA down. So now that's your crypto market update. Let's get into our stock update. NVIDIA's down 3%, currently at 453.52, continuing in that sideways trend really since July. So hit all-time highs a couple times, actually 3 different times here since July, but then just dropping down. We will see once we get down to the 392.5 area. If we can break that, which looks pretty good, I think there's nothing really to note of there. We could get down to the It's the demand zone that we've been talking about at 315 down at that area. So that's your NVIDIA. Apple's down 1.7. Tesla's down 1.4. Apple currently at 187.90 and Tesla at 235.36. See, I almost said Twitter, but Twitter is now no longer open, no longer a stock. Bed Bath and Beyond. Oh yeah, this is dead. That's why. There was a BBBYQ or something like that. Well, let's see if I can find that. 3M is actually one of the lone ones that are up 2.5%. JP Morgan's up 0.3%. Carvana is up 10% on the day. Ooh-wee, what did they do? Let's look at the news on this one. Carvana stock jumps on upgrade from sell. Wall Street isn't so sure about its rally, from Barron's.com. All right, well, that's a good opinion, but coming right out of a demand zone anyway. Caterpillar's down 1.5%. Target up 0.5%. American Airlines up 3.3%. And our options that we talked about, our retailers are doing really good. You got Nordstrom's up 0.5% on the day. Macy's up 1.5%. Dick's Sporting Goods up 1.86%. Nike up 0.4%. And Elf Beauty up 1.8%. So your retailers are looking really good, especially the ones that I pay attention to. We're looking for that Nordstrom strike on the 8th here to expire and expire worthless, keeping our premium that we had collected on that. So that would be a good thing if that happens. But you know what? I don't, quite frankly, see this stock dropping 40%, 43%, 41%, 41% in the next 4 days. So if it does, boy, we're in a world of hurt. All right, that's our JWN. So that, my friends, is your stock market update of the day, December 4th, Monday, December 4th. It is now 10:27 a.m. Market's been open for 2 hours, and markets are slumping as the day progresses. So that's your market update, my friends. So let's look at one more thing. Let's look at the dollar. Dollar is starting to surge right off of that 102.50 that we had talked about. I do like those quarters. So 102.50. If this does hold, I see this going back up to at least 105. Got a little supply zone at 105.5 or so. A couple smaller ones on smaller time frames. So it won't be straight up, as we know. Markets don't go straight up, straight down. They do what they want, when they want. So the dollar screaming to the upside. That, my friends, is your market update. As always, collect your profits when they're given to you. Protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.